Exorcist Camaro. This is a 2023 ZL1 with the 1LE track package. It is a 10-speed automatic car, but it is fully loaded, and it has our Exorcist, or our 1,000 horsepower upgrade, and this does not get any better. This car is an absolute animal on the street, on the track, wherever you're looking to take it, and it is probably one of the best sounding cars that our company has ever built. Up front, you have a supercharged 6.2 liter V8 that produces 1,000 horsepower and over 960 pound-feet of torque. If you are a collector and you are looking for something unique to add to your garage, or you're just looking for a fun weekend car, this is it. This is an absolute menace when it comes to American performance. And if you're not familiar with the Exorcist, or you've been sleeping under a rock for the last 7 years, check out all of the videos on the Exorcist to get just a taste of how insane this car actually is. Now, you might be saying, well, I don't want a 2023, I want a 2025. Sorry, you can't get a 2025. They stopped production of the ZL1 in 2024, so there are no new Camaros on dealer lots. If you're looking to get into a ZL1 Camaro or an Exorcist, your options are very few and far between. This is one of the last remaining serial numbers that we have available for the Exorcist package. So if you've considered an Exorcist in the past, or you're not familiar and this is your first time hearing about it, make sure to check out the full listing on our website, and don't sleep on this incredible American icon. All right, enough with the sports cars. We're moving on to the trucks and SUVs. I am standing in between two 2025 Bronco Raptors with our Velociraptor 500 upgrade. To my right, I have the incredible looking desert sand tan color, and to my left, I have the incredibly vibrant Velocity blue color. Now, both of these are fully loaded with carbon interior packages, black Recaro seats, and of course, they have all of the Velociraptor 500 power upgrades and exterior aesthetic upgrades. Now, the desert sand color is new for 2025, and it has been one of the hottest selling colors we have ever seen. It looks like a Desert Storm tank, and it gets all of the looks when you're driving down the freeway, rolling into a gas station, going shopping, or just cruising around.
This is about to be the most profitable 60 seconds of your life.
Case Connect, a revolutionary new AI database
In town. Now, if that's not your color or it's too subdued for you, let's talk about Velocity Blue. This is the first 2025 Bronco Raptor that we have in our inventory with the gloss black paint matched roof. It gives this Bronco such a clean look with all of the black accents, with your front bumper, wheels and tires. It is the ultimate summer toy for anyone. Now, with these Broncos, again, it's the Velociraptor 500 upgrade, so it takes it up to 500 horsepower with a twin-turbo EcoBoost V6 under the hood. These are just two of many examples of our Bronco Raptors that we currently have in inventory. The Bronco Raptor for us has been one of the hottest selling SUVs of not just this year, but the last 2 years too. In terms of looks, you can't beat it. In terms of comfort, it's absolutely incredible. And in terms of just wow factor, this is so much better than any other off-road 4x4 that you can buy today. All right, let's talk about Old Glory. This is a Velociraptor 600 and the best-selling truck in the history of Hennessy Performance. We've been building the Velociraptor 600 for over a decade. It produces just shy of 600 horsepower, but an incredible 672 pound-feet of torque. When I say this thing is quick around town, that's an understatement. And not only is it quick, but it has incredible space inside. So if you're looking to take the family anywhere for the weekend, looking to carry customers, the space inside and the amenities inside are second to none. Now with the Velociraptor upgrade, you of course get the signature Velociraptor front and rear steel bumpers. You get upgraded wheels and tires, a 3-inch lift. It obviously gets all of the Hennessy badging, so everybody knows that this is not just a regular Raptor, it is a Hennessy Raptor. Everywhere you go, again, whether it's a gas station, grocery store, pulling up to the office, this is a statement truck. And not only does it make the statement, but it has the performance to back up that statement. So walk the walk, talk the talk. This is, again, one of the best-selling, I should say, truck that we have ever built in the history of Hennessy. All right, last but not least, we're jumping back into the Chevy game. This is a 2024 Chevy Silverado ZR2. That is the highest trim level that you can get on the Silverado, and it is a Raptor competitor. Under the hood, you have a supercharged 6.2-liter V8 that produces 600 horsepower and just over 650 pound-feet of torque. Now, in addition to the performance under the hood, you of course get signature Hennessy looks to go with it. You have a new steel front bumper that gives extra ground clearance up front, upgraded wheels and tires, power folding sideboards, upgraded interior, and so much more. Now, we get a lot of questions and we see all the comments about, oh, it's got the 6.2-liter in it. Well, listen here. We have put in the time, the effort, and the R&D to make sure that this is one of the safest, the most reliable builds that you can buy today. With that, and actually with all these vehicles, you get Hennessy's 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on everything that we're doing. So that gives you the peace of mind so that you can enjoy your vehicles, take them on long road trips without the concern of, oh, something's going to go wrong or I'm going to get stranded. These are the most reliable vehicles that you can buy in the performance segment today, and we back that up with our world-renowned warranty. Now, as I mentioned, this is just a few of our available vehicles that are in our inventory, and our inventory turns quick. That means we are constantly getting new stuff, and the stuff that you see here today might already be gone by the time that you visit our website. So if you're interested in any of these vehicles, or again, you're just looking for a new dream ride, check out HennessyPerformance.com to see full listings on every single vehicle that we have in-house or the ones that we have inbound. Now, if you've got questions on pricing or just want to talk to somebody about any of these vehicles, that's when it's time to either send us an email or give us a call. We have a team on standby ready to answer your questions and make this entire process as easy as possible. So again, if you're looking for a little horsepower or a little more excitement in your life, give our team a call or check out all the listings on our website.
Introducing the...
So what voids your car's warranty? Do you have to service it at a dealership during the warranty period so your car would not, get their warranty gets voided and you have all the problems and you lost all that? And this, folks, this video is really intended for residents and owners of cars in the United States, because different parts of the world will have different laws, but in the United States, there's something you need to know about this. Something called the Magnuson-Moss Law. It's not specific to the automotive industry, but it's a law to protect consumers with warranties. Let's start the video and we'll talk about it, because there's a lot of good information here that I think every car owner should know about this. The Magnuson-Moss Law is a law that was enacted in 1975, so it's not something new. It basically protects consumers from the manufacturer voiding their warranty because of many factors. Some of them are, let's focus on the car-related stuff. Using aftermarket parts, modifying your car, and then using non-dealership repair facilities or doing stuff on your own. I see this pattern all the time. From the time when I worked at a dealership, and even today, I still see that at where I own my own shop now. Folks will buy a new car. They'll heavily maintain it at a dealership. The day the warranty runs out, they're out. They no longer will ever go to that dealership. You do know that you're protected by law, and they can't void your warranty simply because you didn't do the service there or you did it yourself. But there's a lot of things that you need to understand about that, because it's not a blanket statement. Let's talk about some scenarios. You bought a new car. You own a shop. Your friend owns a shop. You have a trusted mechanic that worked on your cars for the last 50 years. Obviously, you're going to want to take your car there. If you take your car there and they maintain it properly, and then let's say they did 4 or 5 oil changes, car has 20,000 miles, engine started knocking. Well, you took it to a dealership because you have a warranty, a powertrain warranty. Well, most consumers in their mind, oh my God, I maintained my car with my trusted mechanic outside the dealership. Now they're going to void my warranty. So I better maintain it at the dealership until my warranty runs out to make sure I don't have issues. Folks, that's not the case. Here's where that becomes a problem. If the repair facility used a not good oil, let's say they use recycled oil, that was not good, and that caused the problem, and the dealership doesn't just say that and goes with it. They have to provide proof. The manufacturer has to provide proof that this engine oil caused this issue. For example, here are photo evidence of sludge buildup inside this engine. Well, can you please provide your records of repair? And you can easily provide those because you were doing the services, just not at the dealership, but there's still a paperwork trail of it. Well, here are all my oil changes. If you did, let's say in the case of Toyota, you did the oil change every 5,000 miles with good oil and good oil filter, you should not have sludge buildup at 20,000. But if you didn't, or you didn't do any oil changes, you will have sludge buildup at 20,000 miles, and that could be the cause of the failure. Therefore, we are not covering the engine. But here's the part where most folks draw a blanket statement. They did not void the entire warranty of your entire car. Only the engine is not covered. You fix that engine. Let's say they denied the engine because the person changing the oil used recycled oil or lied to you, didn't change the oil, whatever the case may be. You had to buy an engine. 2 days after you finished the engine, the radio went out. Well, that's a separate thing. They will treat that as independent of the engine and every other component in the car. Same thing, folks. Let's talk about another scenario. I'm talking to you about common scenarios. You have a truck, you put a lift kit on it, your axle went out. The dealership, after their investigation, they may tell you that you changed the height of the truck, which changed the angle of this axle. That's why this axle prematurely failed. That would be actually a very valid and possible statement. But if your engine started burning oil all of a sudden, that has nothing to do with the lift kit. Flat out. You could show up to the dealership, your truck is lifted, you have all these accessories on it, but you did not modify the engine in a way that could cause the issue that it has. They're not going to deny your warranty. That has nothing to do with that. Because I see something that folks will do, which mechanics will immediately be able to tell. It's such a waste. They have a problem with their engine. They will quickly and in a frantic remove everything from the truck that was modified before they could take it to the dealership. It's super obvious when that comes in like that, because mechanics can tell when somebody's been all over a component of a car. There's no need to do that, folks. If you have a problem with your suspension and it's modified, well, of course that's going to void your warranty on the suspension because you modified it. That's not how the car came from the factory, but not the rest of the car. It's very important that you know that. But equally as important, and this is what you need to know about how this works. Paperwork, folks. Paperwork is very important. The next time you go to a shop in 2025 that gives you a little handwritten paper that's a generic form, oil change, price at the bottom, here you go, paid, stamp, done. Don't do that. That's a very bad idea. That should be a huge red flag. Because in 2025, things need to be better than that. Every single invoice from a shop needs to have a few key details. First, the date. Second, the mileage. Third, the VIN number of the car. And it needs to have an itemized, detailed record of what happened. We changed the oil, clearly says engine oil change and filter. What oil was used? What filter was used?
This may look like a walk in the park, but because of my dad's PTSD,
and the quantities. This is very important because that is an undisputable record. Now, let's say a shop used an aftermarket filter and the engine started leaking oil. Even if the filter was not good, that has nothing to do with that. Oil filters do not cause oil leaks. Let's put it this way. They're not going to deny your warranty on the oil leak because, oh, you have an aftermarket filter. They have to prove that. And I'm just going to tell you right now, that is not the case. Very, very unlikely that is the case. Just letting you know that. But here's one more thing that you should know that could protect you from problems. Doing your own maintenance. This one is a tricky one because they could kind of turn it around and tell you, well, when was this service done and what parts were used and what was the mileage and the dates, and to establish a service history. I'm going to be flat honest with you. If you're doing your own maintenance and you're doing them right, you know, you're not using the wrong fluids, you're not using the wrong filters, you're doing things at the right intervals, there's no neglect, you're doing things right, and which is majority of DIYers, because this is their car, they love it, they will take care of it the best way they possibly can. There should be no reason that you have issues related to maintenance neglect. That's the first thing. The second thing is you should have a record, and a very, very detailed record of what you did, when you did it, what mileage it was. Keep receipts, put a journal, try to document it while your car is under warranty, because should something come up, you're prepared. And actually, I encourage everyone to do that even after the warranty, because it's a good habit to keep a record of your car. You go sell the car one day, you hand that record to the next owner, that's going to up your value of your car. I would be extremely impressed if I'm going to buy a used car and it comes with a huge log of every single thing that was ever done to it from day one. To me, that ups the value of the car, because now I can fully understand how was this car maintained. Magnuson-Moss law, folks, is important. I'd like you, look, I am not a lawyer. I am nowhere near an expert on this law, but I will tell you this, research it. Now you know about it. But most importantly, let's end this video with this. If you maintain your car at a dealership, you're happy with their service, and they've never done you wrong, they take care of you, and everything is working out for you, stay with them. You're happy. That's the whole point. If you're just with the dealership because of the warranty and then you're going to go somewhere else, just go somewhere else and be happy with the service to your car. If you're someone that does your own work, though, this is very important. Do things right. If you don't know how to do something, either educate or don't do it. let someone who knows what they're doing do it. And use the right fluids, use the right filters. Look, I am a big advocate with Toyota and Lexus for original parts, but I understand some folks will have their preferences of brands, will use aftermarket stuff. Just use good stuff, because your warranty will be affected in that particular component if bad practices were done that caused issues. And if the dealership or the manufacturer can prove that, they will 100% deny your warranty. And that is fair. I neglect my car and then something goes south, and then now I expect the manufacturer to fix it for free for me. That's not going to happen, and that's fair, folks. We always get upset when dealerships take advantage of people, and manufacturers do this and that, but we should put in the world what we'd like to receive. We should also be fair to them, so they would be fair to us. I think that is a fair statement here. So if you're going to do things yourself, be very good about documenting things, do things right, because that is when you are most vulnerable. Because if you didn't do things right, they have everything at disposal to deny that claim. That is fair. If a shop did things and they were denied warranty because the shop did ABC, then your next stop is that shop. As simple as that, honestly, because if you have paper proof that something that another shop did destroyed your engine or caused a problem with your car or whatever the case may be, well, maybe we ought to go talk to those folks. Ask them what happened here. I think that's a fair statement as well. Folks, I hope this video was helpful and informative. I hope you learned something new. If you like it, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out some other videos. Until the next video, folks, may the Lord bless you and keep you, and you have yourself a wonderful day.